The SPCA is travelling north of Auckland to talk to a couple who witnessed a horrific case of animal abuse.
The story so far that we know is that a dog has been found in a garage of an empty house that isn't occupied, basically bound up by both of its legs, front leg and back legs, with masking tape.
The couple discovered the dog after hearing its cries of pain.
I looked through the window, I had a torch and I saw it. It was strung up. It had got itself, because it was bound, it had also got itself caught in the lead that it was tied, and he was hanging. I've never seen anything in such a state. He was so petrified.
But it was deliberate. It wasn't. The dog hadn't caught itself
up or anything like that.
No.
Todd is on his way to pick up the dog, which is being cared for at a nearby vet clinic.
Why anyone would want to be doing this, I don't know, but we're heading to see how bad the dog is. Just come to have a look at this pup. Apparently it's been brought into you guys.
Yeah, she's very sore.
Oh, cool.
And looks like she's been through a lot. She's so cute. Oh, look at her face.
Sweetie.
You can just see that she's just in a lot of pain. The people that brought her in, they've given us all the masking tape and everything that she was tied up with. So that was around her back legs, and her tail was clamped down as well with all of that wrapped around it.
I can't understand why anyone would need to hog-tie a dog up.
She was so twisted up that she was finding it hard to breathe. And that's why she would have been crying out and also in a lot of pain. Good girl. It's all right, sweetie.
Here we go.
The traumatised puppy is only about 6 months old, and it's unclear how severe its internal injuries may be.
Well, this is a pretty distressing case. It just seems to get worse every time I hear more about it. The dog's obviously been found in a terrible state. I'm really keen to try and find out who has done this. Unfortunately, there aren't any witnesses. It's going to be a real tough one to actually get anyone to actually own up to doing it, I imagine. And the dog being the only witness we've got, unfortunately she's not going to be telling us much.
It's been 24 hours since the abused puppy was discovered. Painkillers are making her comfortable, so now her injuries can be assessed.
She was limping apparently on the left hind, so we're just... Yeah, there's some crepitus in its hip and it's not quite symmetrical, so the most likely thing is she's got a fracture through her femoral neck, so the ball at the top of the femur may have separated from the femur itself. She'll probably need surgery if it is fractured. So it's basically as we suspected, that it's actually fractured its femoral neck. The top of it, so that piece there, is broken off. These are correctable. Normally what you do is what they call an excision arthroplasty, and they just remove this fractured off fragment and the rest of the femoral neck. So what we'll do is we'll keep it on pain relief for the time that it's here. We certainly won't be leaping in and doing this surgery before the end of its stray time.
Things don't look good for this girl. She needs costly hip surgery, and it's unlikely an owner will turn up and take responsibility for her. After 10 days with a broken hip joint, the pup, who's been named Polly, has made great progress, even without surgery. Unfortunately, the SPCA has been unable to find the person responsible for causing her injuries.
The Sunday Star Times have approached us about Polly here, wanting to sort of help us with an appeal and also to just sort of get her story out there.
Donations are helping fund Polly's treatment. And thanks to the $5,000 raised, today Polly is undergoing surgery to remove her hip joint, which can't be repaired.
It's unfortunate that we're unlikely to be able to make her an absolutely perfect dog later on, but she'll still be a very, very functional pet. I'm confident of that. I'm going to remove what remains of this neck part of the bone, and then I'm also going to take out the ball part. So what we're trying to do is give Polly a pain-free false hip, if that makes sense. It's not really a hip replacement because we're removing the broken bone, but the bone's been so badly damaged it's not salvageable.
Polly will always have a weak hip, but if surgery goes well, she should be able to lead a normal life. After 30 minutes in surgery, X-rays will reveal whether Polly's operation was a success.
You can see the line of the nice sharp cut that's been made across here, taking away the pieces of bone that were causing the problems, I guess. And that's exactly what I wanted to see on this X-ray. I couldn't be happier with it. She's got some recovery to do. Her muscles are wasted on that side, and she's going to need to have some physiotherapy done.
Polly will return to the animal village, where she will continue her long journey to recovery. It's 3.5 weeks since Polly's hip surgery, and she is walking again. Canine attendant Barbara Shakeshaft is fostering her while she continues her rehabilitation.
Today she's going to the specialist about her leg, and they're just going to see how she's getting on.
He's coming, he's coming.
Good morning.
Hey, Richard. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
She certainly remembers you. As soon as she saw you, she started talking.
Richard assesses how Polly is walking without a hip joint.
Oh, I think she's doing great. That's exactly what I want to see her. In fact, she's probably even doing better than I thought. I don't expect her at this stage to be walking normally. In fact, that's going to take several months. It's quite clear that she's got a personality that's kind of special. She's into life and people, and I don't think she's got a mean bone in her body, which is will make her a great pet for someone, and hopefully we've done something to help.
After surviving being beaten and hog-tied, then grueling hip surgery, Polly has had a terrible setback.
Hi.
How's she getting on?
Oh, skin's still really itchy.
That's been going on for a couple of weeks now, hasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, it's quite scabby under there, isn't it?
Polly has developed a mysterious skin condition which could jeopardise her future.
We've already given her a couple of treatments for parasites, for mange, in case it was. I think what we'll do is we'll send her to a skin specialist, because if it can't be controlled and if she can't live a normal, happy life, then we've got, we're going to have to make some decisions about her future.
I'm really nervous. Really nervous.
All right, Pols, come on.
It's D-Day for Polly. Her future now hinges on the results of an assessment by a skin specialist.
All right, you ready? Ready? We noticed when she first came in, she was a bit itchy, but we put that down to because she was hog-tied with masking tape. So we thought it was just like a contact type sort of reaction from the tape, but then it sort of progressed.
I'll perhaps get a few samples from interesting areas, and we'll have a look at those under the microscope.
If Polly's skin condition is untreatable, she cannot be rehomed. It's an anxious wait for Todd and Barbara.
Well, Todd, I think the news is good.
Excellent.
Yes, we found no mites at all,
yep.
And we saw no bacteria or yeasts either.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So I think Dr. McQueen has done exactly the right thing, and Polly might benefit from repeating that treatment.
So the sort of scaliness of the skin and the dandruff, you think that's just going to sort of wear off eventually?
That's right. Gradually the skin in those calluses will return to normal.
I'm really relieved, really relieved. I've got a little bit attached. Although you try not to, you can't help it.
Hopefully this has been the last of Polly's hurdles, and she can now be put up for adoption. Barbara has some news about Polly.
I've had her for about 2.5 months now, so I've formed quite an attachment to her. And I'm really happy she's going home today, but it's still quite hard.
Polly is about to be adopted by a woman who came forward after reading about her terrible abuse.
I heard about Polly on the SPCA website. I heard about her story, and it really struck me as to how tragic it was. And the fact that she had survived that ordeal was quite remarkable.
She's a very special dog.
I think Polly's had a very tragic start to her life, and I feel that I can offer her an opportunity for a lifestyle that is filled with fun and routine, just a good life that she hasn't already experienced.
It's been extremely frustrating not being able to hold anyone accountable for what happened to her. If we had been able to prove anything, the people would have been looking at possibly a jail sentence, minimum of a large fine, obviously forfeiture of Polly, but I mean we've got that. She's going to a great new home. As I said, that's the second best outcome that I could have hoped for.